Good evening, gentlemen. Uh, it's in, I'm talking to you in the evening today, and it's on a very important topic I'm going to talk to you. I'm going to talk to you about law and justice. But before I say anything further, I'd like to remind you of the French Revolution of 1789. I think everybody should be knowing about it. This was a revolution by the people. The Bastille was stormed, and why it took place? You know that because the laws of the country were so archaic, and the courts also were in league with the government, and they were not enforcing the law which was required, and there was no change. In the word, other words, it had become a static society. To overthrow that, the French Revolution took place. Of course, you all know the king was removed, and finally there was a democracy, and that led to the way to the rise of Napoleon Bonaparte. Now, I'm not going to say that the same thing is going to happen in India. Maybe not, maybe yes. But the fact remains that the Supreme Court of India, in my opinion, has not really kept pace with the times. And it is still living perhaps in the feudal age. It's all the judges sitting in archaic splendor, that's wonderful. They are entitled to it. But, well, they must dispense justice as well. And there's one justice, or rather one decision, which has really bucked the entire public, and that is the decision to give interim bail to Mr. Kejriwal. Now, all of you know who Kejriwal is. He is the leader of the Aam Aadmi Party, but he's been accused of multifarious crimes leading to embezzlement, money laundering, and the latest charge which has come against him is that he's been hobnobbing with the extremists, especially the Khalistan extremists. And one of the Khalistan extremists had said that he's been paid a couple of $1 million since 2014. Well, may be true, may not be true, I can't say about it. But I will just give my comments on the judgment which has been passed with the Supreme Court. Now, the lower courts, right up to the High Court, had all rejected these judgments. Finito, nothing more. But the Supreme Court has on its own given interim bail. Nobody can know what happened because Mr. Kejiwal did not apply for bail. His case was that the charges which have been framed and his arrest itself was illegal, and hence that should be set aside. In other words, he wanted the charges to be quashed. He hadn't asked for any type of bail. But finally, when he came to know that the Supreme Court is going to give him interim bail, his lawyer agreed to the conditions of the Supreme Court and accepted bail. And now he has been going around saying that he is not going to go back to jail. Wonderful. I mean, here is a man who is the kingpin as per the the Enforcement Directorate, and 4 of his closest colleagues are sitting in Tihar jail, led by the Deputy Chief Minister, Mr. Manish Sisodia. He is also sitting there, all of them, and one of the ladies who was involved in the money laundering, she's the daughter of the ex-Chief Minister of Telangana. She's also in Tihar jail. So you can just imagine, with all his comrades who were his accomplices in jail, this man being the kingpin has been released by the Supreme Court. Wonderful. I think this is where Indian democracy must look inwards. You know how you look? You have to see yourself in the mirror, and this calls for looking themselves in the mirror. Now, I think this judgment is not in tune with the mood of the nation, and that is number one. And I think it would be within the rights of the Modi government if they can bring in an ordinance and quash this judgment. That's number one. I don't know if it's possible or no. The second thing is the Supreme Court Chief Justice, Mr. Chandrachud, could take cognizance of this judgment, have a look at it, and probably decide the next course of action. He has all the powers given to him by the government of India and the Constitution. So is he going to do anything? I don't know whether he's thinking about it, because Kejiwal has been given 21 days bail and he's supposed to surrender on the 2nd of June. But are my doubts, he will come out with so many other theories. He's got a string of liars fighting for him, led by Manu Singhvi, big names, Kapil Sibal, all these are with him on his side, big men who probably charge lakhs of rupees for making an appearance in court, representing you in court. So, gentlemen, I think it's a very hotchy-potchy situation, that's all I'll say. It's no honky-dory, nothing clear in it. And the only thing which is going to happen now is that Mr. Kejriwal is going to be a free man. I don't know for how long. Because as the saying goes, your sins always catch up with you. And this man has done such a lot of sins all around the world and in India. He's been stuffing money everywhere. Well, anything can be expected from him. I had made a video about him, and I had referred to a Kirk Douglas movie, There Was Once a Crooked Man, and I think he's the man in India who qualifies for this movie, the hero of that movie. So let's wait and see what happens. I don't know. I think I'll close now. I hope, gentlemen, you like my video, share it with your friends, and I look forward to further interaction with you. Goodbye and God bless. Thank you.